actually here for an unboxing video. Something very exciting just arrived, and I thought there's no time like the present to do an unboxing video of the fabulous new fitting Florets suite. So if you don't want a sneak peek, you have to look away right now. Close your eyes, but I know you want to see it, right? Tell me you want to see the new design series paper. We love paper. So this brand new product is only available to demonstrators at this current time in October, and will be available to customers in November. However, we do have a way for you to get your hands on it right away, and that is to join our Stampin' Up team. Now, joining does not mean that you have to run a business. It means that you can be part of an amazing stamping community. You can get lots of creative support. You can get 20% off all of your purchases. Yes, please. And it also means that currently we have an incredible special where you not only get, normally you get $66 of product for free, but you actually get $114 of product for free in October. So it's a great time to add these products as your own, build your own customizable starter kit, because you can pick anything you want in your starter kit. Plus you get free postage. That would normally cost about $11 postage in Australia. So it's a brilliant, brilliant opportunity to get some of these new products, as well as maybe some products you've had on a wish list. So let's jump in and have a look at this beautiful paper. I think we should do some love it, chop it together and see if we can make some cards. I have not got any idea what I'm going to do. It's brand new. I haven't opened it. So let's see if we can create some things together, and I'll show you how beautiful this paper is, and just some little tips and tricks that I think will come in handy. So let's jump on in and have a little look here. Oh my goodness. Yes, you had me at paper. Now, Bruno and I did not get the framed and festive stamp die, which is a limited time edition. We don't celebrate Christmas, so that is why we didn't get that, because it's mainly like season, jolly, fa-la-la, all of that sort of thing. So we did not get that stamp set. However, if you celebrate those occasions, that definitely would be something you would like to get in the suite. Currently, you'll notice that the suite is not available. Please don't be put off by that. It's just that the, and I'll show you here on the flyer actually. Where are we here? I'll just come back a little bit more so I can show you on this flyer. So you can see here that it's got the collection. So if you go to use this code here, the 163129, that is going to say not available. And the only reason why it's not available is because of the gold adhesive backed swirls. So don't be put off, especially if you're a Stampin' Up demonstrator and you've been wanting to order this already and it's saying no, you can't. Don't be put off, because all you need to do is just come to the next page and you can add anything you want here other than the gold adhesive back swirls. They will come eventually, but at the moment they're just not available. So you can add the stamp set, the paper, and the bundle. The bundle's the only thing that you get the discount on, so don't worry, you're not missing out on any discounts or anything like that. And even if you're adding it to your starter kit, you still get a discount on top of all the freebies that you're getting. So it's a really, really great opportunity. So that is our hot tip. So you're going to have to maybe do this code here and then forget the swirls and then the other codes here. So there's probably 3 items that you might want to add. We just did the bundle and the paper. So that's what we did. So let's jump in, have a little look. And I might even put my face in today, hey? I'll try and move this over so you don't get covered. But we'll do some opening together. So I haven't seen these dies in the flesh. I saw the video and it looked really good. We like to order our things as soon as they become available. That's the one thing as a Stampin' Up demonstrator that we love, is being able to get new product early. Are we ready to see the dies? What? So these dies can be used within each other, which I'm very excited about. I'm really excited about having ovals. I think that they're just gorgeous. Look at these beautiful love hearts. Oh, they're so pretty. But yes, I can see myself using that quite a bit. And then these are fantastic because I'm pretty sure some of these dies may actually cut out some of the paper, which would be awesome. I do know that this die here definitely looks like it cuts out this one here. And this is the framed florals, a Florets stamp set. So some really beautiful sentiments there and some gorgeous flowers. I always say I don't need any more flowers until they bring out another flower, and then I have to have it in my life. I'm like, I just have to have it. I know I said I wasn't doing any more flowers, but there's nothing like this flower. So there we go. There's the die there. So you can use that to cut out. And it looks like we've got, a flower here and the bigger flower, the little wreath here, and also this one. So that's all of every single image has a cutout, which is brilliant. Thank you, Stampin' Up. And then there's some extras here that are more like your die cuts, which is perfect for layering and things like that behind the sentiment. Really pretty. So let's have a little look here. I should have taken a picture before I took these off. Trace a circle, a line around so that you can work out how they go. But it's good, it's over 2, so I've probably got more of a chance of having more space. So that's the dies. This is the stamp set. And we're going to see how that stamps in a moment. And we've also got the paper. So let's have a look at the paper. And actually, I'll show you a little tip here. So you can do this with your cardstock as well. Just up in the corner, it's a little bit easier with your cardstock. You have to be a little bit more fragile with your Designer Series paper because it's not as sturdy. But all you're going to do is just kind of create like a little tear there in the corner. And then that's just going to slowly pull away. And once you've got that tear, then you can just come along and rip into it. And Bruno likes to keep everything in the plastic. I personally hate the plastic. I get rid of the plastic. It's like, get away from me. It ends up sticking to me or something. So let's have a look at this paper. I'm going to remove my noggin so that you can get full view of the paper. And this is 12 by 12 paper. And I'll show you how you can Love It, Chop It. And if you're not part of our Love It, Chop It group, then take a look at the links below. I'll pop it up for you to take part in. So this is our first paper. Now, something exciting about this paper, I'm pretty sure that, if I remember correctly from the Stampin' Up video, that some of these dies might cut out some of these items. Let's have a look here. I don't think it fits. Oh, it does. It's that one there. So that's interesting. And do we have any others that it fits? Maybe some of the leaves. What's this one here? I don't think this one's going to fit anything. But I think it does fit a couple of these style, because I've just seen over here there's one that's similar but just different colour. So I think that might be the only ones that it cuts out. I could be wrong, so don't quote me, but just play around. Don't think, what leaves do we have here? I thought maybe some of the leaves might cut out. But we might have to snip those, which I'm a fan of snipping. Yeah, it doesn't look like these leaves. I thought maybe they would fit them, but I don't think so. So it's just, those ones where you see the flower, like a jewel flower. So all of these ones here, that one there. So jewel flower. That looks like it's the right one for that one. Very, very pretty. And then the back, because it's all double-sided. Gorgeous. Oh, wow. And they had in the picture here that you could colour this if you wanted to. Those little berries. Oh, that's so pretty. You can see those on baby cards even. Gorgeous. Look at this paper. Wow. That is just beautiful. And then a nice plain green, which is just perfect. And I think I know what I'm going to do actually. I think I'm vibing this combo so far because I had an idea in my head of what I'm thinking of creating with you all. And we've got this fantastic one. It's a smaller version, which I love for our cards. It's good to have smaller images, and this is quite geometric and masculine, isn't it? I like that one. You can see Bruno using that really well. Ooh, look at that. That's gorgeous. Isn't that beautiful? And then the other side. Wow. Perfect. So it's good that you've got sort of a busy side and then you've got your plain side on the other side. Fantastic. And then you've got a bit of gingham there. Looks like it's in garden green, but we'll have a look at the back. And there we go. So on the back of your paper, you'll actually see here balmy blue, blushing bride, crushed curry. Oh, interesting. Evening evergreen, night of navy, polished pink, and soft succulent. Beautiful combo, Stampin' Up. So if you're running out of ideas of colour combos, you can always just come to your designer series paper and voila, you will have a combo designed for you. So what we can do with Love It, Chop It, and this is what I like to do with my paper, and that's basically the first thing you can do. There's two types of people, because some people do like to keep their paper for 3D projects. Now, if you're a 3D project person, I highly recommend just doing it in the 6x12. And I've found cutting it in half has been fine. Like any 3D project that I've gone to do, it's been fine. And majority of my projects, I like to do portrait mode. So you just have to keep in mind that if you're doing portrait, and I'll use my card templates here to show you what you can do. There's two ways of doing this. So if you have the card templates, I cut them at Poppy Parade size, but you could do them even at just 4x6, you know, if that's what you want to do. But I like to have the Poppy Parade. So if you're going to go for Poppy Parade size, and just say you're cutting it down in half to start with, well, you're going to need to cut it this direction. So just check your direction is the right way. I think that's the key thing. So if I'm going to be doing that, I want to just turn it on its side, because then Poppy Parade is going to be the right way for me. So I can get 3 card fronts from this minimum. You know, I could get more if I needed to, but you could keep one half for card making and the other half for your 3D projects. And I found that that has been okay for me. If you find though you're like you really want to keep it 12x12, you can have one pack for card making where you do chop it all up, and one pack for your 3D projects, just so that you have your card layers already ready to go. And I find that I'm more likely to use it when I chop it down than when I leave it in the larger 12x12 form. So we're just going to cut these down to the Poppy Parade size, and I'll show you here just how different it looks once you do some chopping, once you do some loving chopping. And for those of you that are card makers and just solely use it for card making, you could decide to do one pack in your portrait mode, but then the next pack you could do in landscape mode. And I like doing that. I think it's, you know, gives you a lot more flexibility if you want to do both. So you just cut it down to the Poppy Parade size, the larger, and then do your smaller the other way. And again, you could just do 4x6. That's totally fine, whatever suits you. But I just find cutting it into these smaller, more manageable pieces gives me more opportunity to use it. So you can see here I'm all ready to go, but I could use either side. Whatever I want to do is up to me. The world is my oyster. It gets to be my decision what I do. So I'll just cut this down as well so that we've done 2 sheets in just a matter of minutes. Once you get your measurements, like you're confident with your measures, your measurement sizes, it's going to be a whole lot easier. You're going to be a lot more confident, and keep all of your small scrappy pieces as well, because they can be used for inside your cards. They can be used for scrappy strips, so we never waste anything from our paper. And I think that's probably a lot of the fears that we get with new paper, is we're thinking, how do I use it? But what if I want to use it for, you know, die cutting, and now you've cut it all? Well, I can still come in here and I can still cut out pieces that I want to use, even though I've cut off part of it. Like, you know, even in here, I could just fussy cut these, and it's okay that it's half cut off, because you could just, you know, have it on the edge of the card, or cut that little bit off and just cut that out. You know, it's really flexible what you can do with it. Don't sort of create too many rules for yourself, because if you create rules and I can't do that, I can't do this, well, then you don't end up doing anything. Nothing happens. I love this one too. I want to do something with this one. So the other way that you can cut down, if you know definitely you want this to be just for card making, you don't want to cut it in the 12 by 6, you can actually come in here and just use the smaller size of the Poppy Parade and just cut it like that. So the way that you're seeing it is the way it's going to be used. So that just means you're going to be doing 3 cuts. So this is for portrait mode. So you do your 3 cuts that way, and then you're going to have 2 cuts this way. And for US people, you could actually do all of yours in the Cajun Craze size. Unfortunately, for the rest of the world, we don't. It's just slightly too small for us. Like by half a centimetre, it's too small to be able to do all of it in Cajun Craze. We could get 2 of them in Cajun Craze, but then the other 4 would have to be Poppy Parade size. And if you don't know what I'm talking about in terms of colours, why am I saying Poppy Parade and Cajun Craze and blah, blah, blah? They are my card templates that I've created. They're like a tutorial, a little PDF where you can get the sizing, because we all have different sizing in each country. So I've just created those templates, particularly if you're a new crafter and you're like, I don't understand why none of my colours are like my sizes are working. You could be in Australia and you could be following an American or a Canadian, and they use different cardstock sizes to us. Or you could be in the US or Canada and following someone in the UK and wondering why nothing seems right. So just make sure that you're using the right sizing for the right cardstock. And here in Australia, it gets even more confusing, because we actually use, some do still use inches. And so you can sometimes see the inches being used in the US and just assume, oh yeah, I use inches. But they're not using it with A4 cardstock. They're using it with letter or standard cardstock size. So you're going to get a completely different sized card. And I'll show you the example here using my templates, just how much of a difference it is. So this is our non-American or Canadian. Everywhere in the world, that is their card base. In Canada and the US, this is the card base size. And you can see, like, some people think, oh yeah, you do a tutorial and it's just a conversion. You just swap it over. Like, just, you know, swap, get the measurement and just convert. But have a look at this, people. I'm just going to move this out of the way. This just shows you how different sized cards we both have. So Canada and the US, it's wider and shorter, and the rest of the world is taller and skinny. So completely different cards. So if you're struggling with your measurements, this could be why. Because if you cut your cardstock in the US and Canada and you cut it in half, you will get this. If you live in the rest of the world and you cut your cardstock in half, you will get this. So use your cardstock wisely. We don't want you wasting cardstock using the wrong measurements. So we have done some really cool chopping here already. Just in a really short period of time, we have the potential to make how many cards? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Like, seriously, it's ridiculous. Because a whole pack of paper can yield 72 card front sizes. 72! If you just use them directly like this, you will get 72. But clearly we can mix and match and change it up all sorts of ways. But this is a great place to start. Stampin' Up! Has done all the work for us with these beautiful papers, and they make us the hero because they've done all the hard work. But let's dress it up a little bit. We can have a little play here and see what it looks like with the dies. And I think it would be nice to use this inside die here. I like the look of this one. It's stuck down very well, isn't it? I'll keep them all very close to one another because I can see a crisis happening here and losing dies. So I feel like this would be a nice sort of insert, like a view to a sentiment in here. It's a little bit, like looking at this, I feel like this is a bit too big for this size, and that's where, again, the card templates come in really handy, because if I was to look at this oval, I think it would fit better on maybe like the Flirty Flamingo layer, which is a little bit smaller. It feels like it frames it a little bit better, even smaller than that, in fact. Maybe something like, oh, that's too small. Maybe Daffodil Delight layer. Let's have a look here. Yeah, see, that looks good, doesn't it? I like that layer. So that means we just cut it down a bit. And that doesn't mean we waste anything, because this extra piece here is going to be something that we could use inside the card. You know, it's not going to be wasted. Now, we found out from the back of the paper that this is Night of Navy, and also we've got Balmy Blue and Evening Evergreen here as well. So I'm going to go with the Night of Navy base, and I think I might even bring in a little bit of the Balmy Blue as like a backdrop, but we'll have a look at that and just gauge. So we've got the Night of Navy. Beautiful. And a bit of the Balmy Blue here. Gorgeous. I really love that already. I can see it really gorgeous. And don't you love it? They've given us all of the colours. Everything's there. It's just going to make us look like a hero. And we haven't had to do any of the work. Thank you, Stampin' Up! So I'm just going to cut this piece down to the Daffodil Delight size. So if you have my card templates, you can use this sketch with any of these papers. It's going to work. So we've got that there. Remember, we'll keep all of these pieces. Nothing will get left behind. And just keep in mind, I get asked a lot because we used to have wood mount cases. Just keep in mind that our clear mount cases, they actually fit a whole pack of cut designer series paper. Yes, our clear cases, you can store all of this in the Stampin' Up! Clear case. And if you cut an entire pack, it will fit. It will be a little bit squishy, but it will fit, which is amazing because I get asked a lot of times, oh, but what do you use for storage? Because, we don't have the big cases now, which, I would love for you to bring it back, Stampin' Up, but the clear cases actually do work. Now, I want to find a border that is just a few millimeters larger than the Daffodil Delight, which I'm pretty sure, is the Mango Melody. So that's going to give it a really nice frame, nice border, not too large. I like to have a smaller frame, but not too little. I know some like really, really skinny frames, and that's totally up to you. If you like it a little bit smaller, just take a little bit extra off. But it'll give you it'll spit out the measurement for you, which is really handy. You can see here how quickly this card is coming together. Isn't that pretty? Even though I had no idea I was going to be creating right now. And this is going to be the Gorgeous Grape size. And I love Gorgeous Grape size templates for landscape cards because I like it opening upwards, my cards, for some strange reason. I know most do it opening like so, but I like mine opening up. But if you like it opening up, you can, or the other way, you can just use a different layer. So we're going to frame it with this beautiful Night of Navy. We've got this beautiful piece of paper here, but I want to add this oval cut through the middle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer a lighter color behind. So I'm just going to use some of this here, and that's where I'm going to actually stamp my sentiment. Do you reckon that'll look good? I think that'll look nice. So what I'll do is, you could use the whole sheet, but personally, I think, why use a whole sheet when we can just use half a sheet? I think I cut all of them in landscape because I do want that. I don't really want them traveling sideways. I do want them traveling in this direction. So I'm just going to cut that in half, and I think that should be enough to cover the sentiment. And that's going to sit behind there. It's going to look so gorgeous. And sometimes we don't think about stamping on our paper, but one thing I do love, and it's something that I'm doing a little bit more of, is using because sometimes the memento isn't quite dark enough for me. So I like to use the basic black. So I have a tray now for my basic black embossing, which is very exciting. You can get these trays from this one here. The brown one is current now. This is an old one that I kept, but you can get this in the mini catalog, these trays, so make sure that you get yourself one of them. But you can have a few with different, maybe tape or something on there saying this one's for black, this one's for white, and this one's for clear. Because you don't want them to get mixed up. You don't want them getting messy. Now I'm vibing this thank you with all my heart. I think that's going to fit really nicely in that little spot there. Oh, I do love a brand new stamp set. Now, tip with brand new stamp sets. I like to remove that. Bruno likes to keep it. He feels it makes it stickier, which is probably correct. But I just love to remove it. Now, a good thing to do here is either just run your chamois over the top and give it a clean. So you can just, get your chamois and give it a good wipe, because there can be some residue on there, or even just rub it against your hand, because it'll just add a little bit of oils and, I don't know, something to it that removes the, takes away the sort of, it's like it repels, it's like a chemical of some sort that repels the ink or the Versamark, so that gets rid of that. Now we're going to just aim for the center, and then that will help us to determine where we're going to place our piece here. But it's really good not actually having to stamp on something that's going to be, like, we could use another piece if we have to. And I need my Versamark, there you are. And I need my embossing buddy, because we don't want, particularly with black, really hammer this down, because with the black it can fly around everywhere. Okay. So I'm just using my Versamark here, and we're just going to stamp in the center, as centerish as we can get, and then come in with our basic black. Just close that up so that we don't get anything anywhere. Now at this stage, if you wanted to, you could use your little tweezers just to hold that up. Oh, did it miss a little bit? Anyway, we'll see. Oh no, that looks perfect. Look at that. So pretty. So with the black, you don't want to like flick too much off, because you want it to really get as much powder on there. It could even be worth using your Stamparatus tool just to really give it a lot of Versamark, because you want that to be really strong. The more powder that's on there, if you see little bits sort of disappearing, then it's not going to be strong when you heat emboss. So you can see here the difference. Like, look how strong and bold and black that is. Isn't that perfect? Whereas sometimes I feel like if I used the Memento, it may not have as much pop. And because we've put a lot of the embossing powder on there, just run it over with a tissue just to remove any of that powder residue that might be on there. And that'll just allow that sentiment to pop even more. Doesn't that look fantastic? So we've got all our elements here. All we need to do now is to do a little cutout of this, and I've got my little mini here from before, because, you know, little mini is such a handy little tool. Will he fit? Oh, I don't know if he will actually. Let's see. We'll try. I think he might just fit. We'll give it a try. So you just want to estimate with your eyes, eyeballing where you think the center is on each side, and then you can come in with some tape or washi or whatever you've got to just keep it in place. So I'm going to do it there. And then we'll pop this on, and you just want to make sure that that's sitting as best it can. Might be a little bit too large for this, but we'll give it a try, because I just love my mini. And then bring it through. So let's have a look here. So you can see along the edge it might have sort of curled it. Oh no, it looks like it's okay. Just on the cusp. It's on the cusp of greatness. Be really mindful if you're using tape just to be softly, gently. Now, look at this, people. This has done something I did not expect it to do. So did you know, I probably saw it in the video, But it actually cut out 2 ovals from this one die, which is really cool. Look at that. So if we wanted to, we could actually layer this. That is very cool. So I'm thinking I might layer this, although I really love that. I might nest it back in. Anyway, we'll have a look. We'll see what it looks like on the project. That's usually how I like to gauge it. I like to visualize and then I make my decision. Oh, it's so pretty, isn't it? So you could even stamp in here if you wanted to. So pretty. But we've got this piece here. Now you could totally cut that out if you wanted to just, you know, do an oval and cut that out, and then you could have it all absolutely where you want it to go. But I also don't mind doing this as well, because then I can lift this up and it's not going to sort of reveal, because I'd like to pop that on dimensionals. So you line it up there. Isn't that perfect? I just love, love, love this sentiment. And that there could have totally that dimensionaled. So pretty. And everyone will be like, how did you line up and cut that and do that? Stampin' Up made me a hero. And of course this can totally be used for something else. Now, I think we've got most of our elements that I want. It's going to be gorgeous when we have those gold swirls. But one thing I do want to add to this, now that I've got all of my elements, is to actually, and it would actually look really, really good done with white emboss, to be honest. I'm making a Kylie Bertucci big call here. Let's do it in white emboss. Because I'm seeing this white and I'm like, I think the white might be better. I mean, I love my black, but I think the white is the winner. Chicken dinner. And we have the right to change our mind. Us crafters unite. Give it a good hammering with that. But yeah, I think the white's going to look hot. Give that a really, really good ink without wobbling. Push, push, push. And we'll bring in our white. So yeah, if you live in Australia, we would absolutely love to have you in our team. And remember, you can add these products now. These are brand new products that literally have just arrived a moment ago. I started getting burnies. Why would I burn myself when I don't have to? Use my little tweezers. Ah, gorgeous people. Get out of town. Okay. Okay, ready for the piece of resistance. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my goodness. Just lost my heart. And what I'm going to do is to bring in more of that white. Our card templates to the rescue. So we used Melon Mambo. What's our next layer that's larger than Melon Mambo? We need like a flirty flamingo maybe? Yes! So we're going to do a flirty flamingo layer, the size, not the colour, in basic white, people. Yes, it's going to look so good. So let's get our basic white. Here we go, I've got some here. And cut it down to flirty flamingo size. Which side do I need? Oh, yes. Will that be long enough? Yes, it will. That's the cool thing about this is you can go, will that be long enough? Yes, it will. So I can cut it this way. I can cut smaller here because I'm always like, oh, am I cutting it the most? Am I getting the most out of this? The card templates will be your friend. They will assist you on your creative journey. You ready, people? Just this one little layer. Yes, I snorted, people, because it's just so beautiful. So I think we can start. Oh, the only thing is, oh yes, that will be large enough once I cover that. I was like, is it going to be large enough? Yes, it will. How excitement, people. Let's start layering. I'm definitely going for the white. So I feel like this just needs a little bit more there. I've got my handy little green glue. And we're going to stick this one, the balmy blue, to the basic white. Yes. Happy. It really doesn't take long to dry, which is awesome. And then we're going to stick this to our Night of Navy. It's exciting that I'm doing a landscape card, isn't it? I don't often do landscape. Now we've got a little bit of glue down here, but don't stress if you have some glue coming out because it will dry clear. And you can also use, I know this sounds random, but you can use one of your clear mount stamps to remove the glue. Yes, I just said that. Literally, grab one of them as a follower and it will remove it. So we've got a tiny little layer of blue, but I love how that balmy blue is sitting there. So I think we'll glue that down because it's quite a thin frame. Whee! Make sure your flowers are the way that you want them to be. And I like the green glue because I can wiggle it a little bit. Get some movement there. How's it looking so far? Oh, I did forget one thing. Oh, look, Bruno's running in. It's fine.
I need to interrupt.
Why?
That card is amazing.
I just glued down wrong and I'm like, oh, Bruno saw me glue it wrong. Thank you, Bruno.
It's amazing.
Aww.
Yeah.
Thanks. Right at the right time. He gave me cred. This is actually quite a good idea though, because now I know exactly where to glue this. Thank you. It's very handy. Sometimes mistakes end up the best thing that could have happened. So we're going to go like this. And push that down in there.
It just got up.
Yeah.
You could just cut it out.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah.
But I want to raise it. Because you raised me up. Yeah, that looks good there. But totally cutting out, I think would actually be easier. If truth be known. I'm just going to do it on here. Because I know that it's very close to the edge anyway. No one will never know. They'll never know. Now, this part here, I am thinking this will be our dimensional. Yes. I really like that. So I can hopefully, if not, we can cut them down. But I'm pretty sure our minis should work here. This mini one is looking like it's had its day. It's looked like it's had better days. Look like me the way I woke up this morning. Now, if you really, really don't want to see these from the outside looking in, I mean, only us card makers go looking sideways. Most people just think it's magically risen. But you could cut them down.
Can I make one other suggestion?
Yeah.
So, before you stick that down, could you just cut out one using...
I'm going to layer it here. Like one of the flowers.
No. One of the frames. An actual frame in Night of Navy.
I did think that, but I feel that the pattern is really beautiful.
Okay.
Because like my head went,
There's lots of other pieces that...
I'm like, yes, I'm going to use just
so
a plain frame.
You could have like a set of 3 using all of...
totally.
So good. It's amazing
like, even the fact that you can have these as separate.
Yeah.
I really like... I didn't realise it was going to do that.
No, I agree.
But I think, yeah, if it was plain... Because I did think in my head, I thought, I can do another colour. But I think having this sort of... Yeah... I just feel like it brings it all together.
Yep. Cool.
If I did a plain frame, what would look really good is cutting out some of these flowers. But I think I still will do that. But because it's got that frame, you don't have to. But if you used a plain one, then you could just add some flowers.
Amazing card.
Oh, thank you. I haven't been looking at comments because I'm like focused.
Okay.
So thank you for checking all the comments. Focus. You can tell when Bruno loves new products when he comes in like that. Like the fact that he like that for me is seeing him being inspired and going, I want to play. He's got FOMO, I think. He's like, I've got an idea. I have to share it. So I know we're going to see a lot of brilliant Bruno cards come from this suite as well. And we have lots of inspiration. We'll probably do a tutorial or a mega bundle or something using these products because I can see so many amazing ideas using this. Oh, boom. Look at that. Can you see the difference there? It's got like that raised amazingness and it's like cut perfectly from the paper. Wow! Yes! I love it! Now, what we can do here, let's have a look at some of these flowers that we have at our disposal. So we could even stamp some flowers if we want to, because these ones here, I don't think they're going to be the right colouring. I don't want to bring in pink. I don't want to bring in some polished pink. I just want to keep it in these beautiful blue amazingness tones. So, you could even maybe bring in this one if you wanted to. I see nothing wrong with adding him in. What else do we have? Or we could cut out some of these. Like some of the... Yeah, let's do a bit of fussy cutting in here. Where's my snips? Snippy snip, snip, snips. The snips get their own song. Now, don't be afraid to use all of these inside because, yes, you're going to be cutting, but that's okay. It's really okay because you have, once you cut all this paper, you have 72 card fronts, people. So you have a lot of paper. Like how many of us hoard our paper? Oh, I can't rack it. Oh, I'm not utilising it properly. And then we don't end up using it at all. And that to me is a greater waste than doing something like this and snipping it out. Because you can still use the other half of this. There is still a lot of use. Okay, So I just like to leave a little edge around the side. So we've got this one here that we could sort of layer there. And we could quite possibly try some of these dies. Let's have a look here, because we've got like the leaf here. We've got this beautiful, this one here would be amazing. So let's just have a play of these. Are these leaves opposite direction, are they? That would be great for, oh yes, visual interest. I do like opposites. So we can just come in with our little mini, not just cut a little bit of scrap. I love it with the dark edge around the edge there. How cool does that look? I'm a bit excited. Yes, I snorted, people. It's me excited. I'm thinking of Wergie in our Crazy Crafters team. She loves to have a snort when she's excited. It's the best way to show true and pure excitement. Okay. Let's try these guys out and see what they look like. Now, if we were smart, although they are going to be layering, so we won't actually put adhesive sheets behind, because I do want them to be free and just glued down in the one little section. Okay, let's have a look. Ooh, that needs a little bit more, doesn't it? Doesn't quite look like it's been cut through, but these look amazing. This reminds me of a peacock. Look at that, so gorgeous. Gorgeois. So let's just run that through again, because I really want to use this one if I can. It might be a little bit too big for this project. So you just lock it back in place. And if you can, like obviously it's a little bit difficult here, but you can snip and just change direction. Because sometimes being on the edge, and probably because this is starting to bow a little bit, so I can flip that and that will help as well. There's little tricks that you can do if it doesn't cut properly. So rather than putting the bowed edge down, put the other edge down. So they're sort of both going like that, but you'll get a better cut that way. And for some reason in the middle it doesn't have as much cutting push. It's more along the edges. Let's see if that worked. Yay, perfect. Oh, that is just so pretty. Can you imagine that even with the gold, like doing it in gold foil? Oh, so pretty. I've got so many ideas for this set. Okay. So let's see what we want to use. And this is what I like to do, particularly with new products, is just have it all laid out, have an idea of what I want, and then you can just sort of add little bits in if you want to. But yeah, just have a whole heap of things there that you can play with. Oh my goodness. I think my brain just froze. It's just so excited. I feel like I could even have like another one of them on that side, but we'll just keep it, try and be cool. Try and be cool, people. I think something like that. What do you reckon? It's made me a professional, people. Literally from scratch. I had nothing here. What do you think? I'm excited. I love it. Love it. Love it. Oh my goodness. Let's glue these babies down. How beautiful is that? Oh my goodness. So the best way to glue something like this with these type of filigree, like, you know, framey type stuff, which I don't often do, but I love it when I do. And I'm like, why don't I do that more often? Feels so artsy craftsy when I do things like that. So what you can do, if you have the press and seal, it's really handy for something like this. I know a lot of you do have press and seal, and if you don't, we'll forgive you. But this is really handy for this type of project because I'll show you why. Just rip off a little bit. You don't need a lot. And this stuff, like, you don't have to be precious with it because you don't want it to actually be too sticky. Where's the bit that cuts? Oh, there. It's on the other side. Okay. So what you want to do with the press and seal is just don't stick it straight away. Just sort of use your hand to, you know, unstick it a bit because it can be too sticky. Then you go like that and it picks everything up. Well, almost. Let's just lay that down. Well, I can even just frame it here. Oh no. Oh no, let's go back. Let's go back to where it all began. Stay there, little one. Maybe I stuck it too much. Okay, we're where we want to be. So I'll use the other end. Maybe don't take my advice. Leave it sticky. But I do want that down a little bit more. Yes. Yes. Although that's covering the tea a little bit. So we'll just bring that back in a little bit. Yeah. So this was the stickier side, this bit. Yeah. Don't unstick like I did. I unstuck it too much. Now, once it's like this, then you can start doing a little bit of tape surgery. I love to use my tear and tape to just connect those together, and no one's going to know what's underneath. So yes, it looks messy, but unlike embossing, no, what do you call it? The embroidery. Unlike embroidery, we're not going to turn it around and judge you on how messy it looks, because no one's going to look. But I feel like with embroidery, everyone wants to see how neat you are on the back. Well, I didn't do my embroidery for the back, people. I did it for the front. So just very carefully, because this is sticky stuff, carefully peel that off, especially with paper. Sometimes it can rip. And then you can glue it down. It's like it's all just sitting where it needs to sit. Should we raise that up? Yes, I do believe. We always need another dimensional. Can there ever be too many dimensionals? I don't think so. Is there ever such a thing? Never too many dimensionals. Surely that one won't work because we will see through. So we just need it in this area here. And the rest can just fly free. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you with all my heart. You could even do a shaker in here, actually. Wouldn't that be lovely? Oh, my goodness. Do you love it? I really love it. And I'm just going to do the inside because we don't want to open this card and have a nudie Rudy. No nudie Rudies. And we have lots of awesome cut pieces ready to go. Just going to put this away so I can find things again. Because, you know, typical Kylie has items everywhere all over her desk. Now I can't find what I need. Come here, little one. So I think this one here will be good. I'm just going to put that along the edge there. Yes. Where's my Tombo? There you are. And that just brings it all together. We can just snip off the edge there that's overhanging. So it's just slightly, oh no, it's perfect. Perfecto mando. Glue that down. You could totally use some of those beautiful leaves, or even if you had these in different colors, or even on the leaving it on the white. Oh, so pretty. But what I definitely want to do with this is have a little additional layer, because we have 72 card fronts, people. 72. So I give you permission to shine, to add it on the inside as well. Yes, designer series paper on the inside. Look at this. You'll never go back. Look how stained. See, it's just going to look naked now. If you leave that blank up the top there, you'll be like, oh my goodness, it's still naked. It's half naked. Put some paper on you, you nudie. Look at that. Literally created right this moment before your very eyes. I hope you've enjoyed that. Have I sold you? You all getting it now? Go get it now. Go and join if you're not joined. And if you're a demonstrator, wherever you are in the world and you haven't pre-purchased this, you need to go get it now. Like right this minute. Go and order. Say to your husband, Kylie gave me permission. She said I could. If anyone asks any questions, Kylie said I could. She said I could have joined. It's only $169. And then I get $283 of whatever I want. Yes, please. Is it $283? $285. I think it's $285. You get a lot of stuff for free. $114 for free. So there you go. I'm going to go look at comments now just to see what you think. I'm impressed. I'm excited. I hope you are too. But yeah, imagine it with the gold embellishments. Oh my goodness, it will look so cute. What I will do for now though, because we don't have any gold embellishments, I'm going to really live on the edge here, people. And if you don't have this in your life, you need it. And that is the pearlized
amazing
enamel dots. You like it?
Yes.
Are you inspired?
Yeah.
I'm living on the edge and I'm doing enamel dots.
Oh no.
Rhea's like, oh no. So I feel like it needs.
Oh no. Oh no.
Hey, have a confidence in me.
I do.
I still have faith in you.
I'm just using the big skim.
There we go. And then we need a bigger one here. And a smaller one there.
Thank you very much.
Oh my goodness.
For doing the dish.
I love it.
Amazing.
And that will dry and it will be very white and pearlized. And it's just, little addition there.
That's the name.
What? Pearlized. You can even add your little pearls on your...
Oh, you put that over there.
What did I put where?
There. The punch things.
Well, someone stole all my blends.
Oh yeah, who was that?
And it looked very empty over there. Oh my goodness, people, look! I've been able to create my own little pearlized dots on the frame. Get out. Yes, I seriously just did that. Yes. Bring more pearlized enamel. I love the enamel. Why am I singing today? I'm like a broadcasting song. Yay! Thank you, everyone. So I hope I've sold it, because that was my job, to enable you, because I am the enabler. I enable you so that you can go shopping and thank me later. You're welcome. I'm glad I could do such a service for you. Thank you, everyone. I don't even have YouTube open to see all your comments. Actually, I can press comments on here. I was very focused. I was focused on my project and the new products. So I really hope you've enjoyed today. That was fun. A little surprise unboxing for you all. I do love a surprise. And clearly coffee is working for me today because, yeah, I did 2 cards today. Get out of town. Pam Lewis. Sold. Yes. Is this going to be in the new catalogue? Great question, Hope. The items that are going to be in the new catalogue are only the framed florets and the dies, the oval dies. They will continue to stay. However, the designer series paper, limited time only. So get as many as you can get, because once it sells out, it's gone forever. You were told here. I do not want to hear you all complaining when the design series paper runs out and you ready? This is our voices. Ready? I didn't know. It's so unfair. The paper's sold out already. Like, it's so, Stampin' Up is so annoying. It's sold out. They told us it's gonna sell out. Only while stocks last. So you cannot complain, people. You should have bought 4 packs. In fact, make it 5. 5 packs of Desire Series paper. There's nothing wrong with that. $100 of paper. Brilliant. Add it to your starter kit. Unfortunately, right now we can only order 1 pack. So we have to wait till November to get the others. But at least get your 1 pack now. If you are a demonstrator or you're putting it in your starter kit, get your 1 pack now. In November, you can get more. But, bang, as soon as November comes, people, I don't want to hear you complaining. You've got to go get it. So I think the date is November. Let's have a look at our flyer that I have open here. November 1st. So when November 1st comes along, bang, get your paper. Get your paper, people. Yes. And the other thing that's going, so the spiral gold embellishments, we don't have them here in Australia. I'm not sure if you have them in the rest of the world, but we don't have them here. So that is not continuing in the new catalogue. Either is the paper and either is the other stamp set, which is the framed and festive. That one is going to be limited time only. So you can see it on the flyer here. I'll zoom in for you. I'll do a little zoom in. So it says here, gold adhesive back swirls, limited time only. Framed and festive stamp set, limited time only. And the designer series paper, limited time only. You were told here. I gave you due warning. I showed you how beautiful the paper is. So now you must take full accountability of your decisions that you make. You must take accountability for your purchases. 1st of November, customers can buy, but why would you wait? Just join now. If you haven't got a demonstrator, go find one. Yay! Yeah, I think you need 5, Vicky. 5 packs minimum. Such a beautiful paper. Seriously, look at this paper. Look what a hero it made me. This paper made me a hero. Yes. So thank you all very much for jumping on in my very random, quick unboxing video for the Fitting Florets suite. I have to put the suite at the end. I didn't put that on. But yes, I really enjoyed that. And I'm sure we will have lots more samples because Bruno definitely looks inspired. He's looking very excited. Yes. So big hugs to all of you. Happy shopping. Go shopping this afternoon. If you aren't a demonstrator, sorry, you can't get it, but you can add it to your starter kit. So join this afternoon or this evening, whatever time it is in your country. And if you're a demonstrator, what are you waiting for? If you had ordered it when we did, you would have it already. Off you pop. See you soon. Bye, everyone. Bye. Love you. Pleasure, Charlotte. Bye. See you soon. Big hugs. I better do a smile.